Here we are, guys. We come to it at last. The great battle of our time. I'm just kidding. We're here to talk about Star Wars. And I want to start with, it's just not that serious, y'all. I like Star Wars. I like Star Wars a lot. It has been in my life. Hold on, I'm pulling up the IMDb real quick. I should have done that before this video started, but I didn't. I've loved Star Wars for so much of my life. It has shaped who I am in a lot of ways. You know, I was the perfect, I know everybody says they're the perfect age, and probably the people that were kids when the original trilogy came out was probably the right age. But I mean, I was a kid growing up with the original trilogy, and then in 1999, when I was 11 or 12, the prequels started, and I loved the prequels as a kid. And then when I was adult, the sequels came out, and you know what? Disney Star Wars has been a varying degree of success. Whether or not you like it, it has made money, and that's the point of this, is for at least, you know, the CEOs, is to make money. Now the point for us is to make good art and a good show or a good movie with interesting characters, fun fights, great visuals. You know, a lot more goes into it than the decimal points and the dollar signs. But Disney acquiring Star Wars, I think, overall has been a good thing. So we get to The Acolyte. It's created by Leslie Headland. It stars Lee Jung-jae, Amanda Stenberg, Manny Jacinto. Those are our three main characters that we are dealing with. I've done a bunch of reviews on TikTok. Oh my gosh, it's a 3.7 on IMDb. People are ridiculous. It's not that bad, guys. Review bombing is so dumb. I'm just here to talk about the final two episodes because I think I've talked about all the other ones on TikTok. And if you want to go find those, TTV Strider on TikTok. We've been waiting for the penultimate episode, episode 7, the flashback episode, and I watch a lot of anime, so I'm used to anime character building flashbacks. We've been waiting for this episode for so long. You know, we got the flashback episode with the kids, and I made a video on that where I was just like, well, I mean, it seems pretty cut and dry of what happened. And people in my comments are like, well, that's from Osha's perspective. We could get one from May's perspective. And I was like, you know what? That is a good point. I don't think it makes the episode any better, but it makes me wonder what else could have happened. You know, we hear the witches die and a scream, and then we just see their bodies. We don't know how they died. We don't know what happened with Soul, and we don't know why Torben is his name? Torben? I think that's his name. Yes, Torben. We don't know why he felt so guilty that he was just in the absolute zen state and decided to take a poison and kill himself. So I don't know. We finally got it, and I this whole thing is about how guilty Soul was about what happened, and I do understand that. He did overreact and kill Osha and May's mother because he thought he was protecting them. But the night before, the only interaction he's had with this person is them threatening to leave, or, you know, other, not her, not Mother Anisea, but the other mother, Coril, was like, get out of here or we're gonna fight you right now. So that's, a lot of threats, and then she possesses him. She possesses Torben, and kind of preys on his weakness, going full Scarlet Witch on him. And so it's not the best first impression, and he's getting these secondhand reports of what's gonna happen. Oh, we're doing these tests. There's gonna be from Osha's oh, we're gonna do this ceremony tonight, and it sounds harmful. And I don't know, I'm not trying to say I can understand why he killed somebody, because that's a bit much, for sure. It's a mistake. He should feel guilty about it. But, the show plays it like it's this grave, unforgivable thing that he should have definitely known better, and there's no coming back from that. And I don't see it like that. I don't know. Am I just completely off base here? And so in this next, and that was the whole thing, is that nothing else changed, and the witches died because then they started possessing the Wookiee Jedi, Kelnaka, and Carrie. Like, I don't. Carrie Ann Moss had to be like unpossess him, and that killed all the witches. So like, there wasn't like some big reveal in the episode, at least for me, where I was just like, whoa, this answers everything I've been wondering. None of that happened, and I don't know I don't know, maybe I'm in the minority here. Maybe I'm in the wrong about it. But I was watching this and I was like, I'm still waiting for the big reveal. Because we didn't really get one with Khmer, because we all knew who that was. It says the stranger on IMDb, but we knew Khmer was the Sith, the Dark Jedi, the Dark Lord, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. But this final episode, we get May escaping yet again. We get the little rabbit guy sabotaging Soul's ship to let her get away. I don't know why. He's always just like in the background doing nothing. Like, I thought he would be the one to suss out May versus Osha when they swap places, but that doesn't come to fruition, and then he sabotages the ship. So I don't know what the point of that character was. The bald Jedi with like the whip sword, that whole thing was pointless. Like, that, her whole character was basically, don't worry, I'll be the focus of season 2. And I hate stuff like that. I really do. And I understand, as a person that grew up watching the prequels, that the whole point of those movies were like, the Jedi are very flawed. But they're flawed like in their pride, and they're flawed in like the way Saul is flawed. Like, Saul is a very flawed Jedi, but he's a good person. He's like, he thought what he was doing was right, and he was protecting Osha from the secrets of, if they found out that she was, a one person split by a virgins, the Jedi probably would have like dissected her or, done a bunch of tests or something. But the bald Jedi, Vernestra, I think that's who I'm thinking of. Vernestra. Sorry, the characters just didn't stick, so I just don't know their names. Vernestra is just a flat out like bad person. It seems like she's just like a bad person, and I don't know if we've had corrupt Jedi before, but we've never had like a political pawn Jedi, and that might be a new thing that we could go into, but I think having basically every Jedi character be bad in some kind of way, or be portrayed as bad in some kind of way, isn't just like a fun thing to show. Like, you can have Anakin Skywalker turn to the dark side. You can have, what's his name in the Clone Wars, like, just be like an absolute a-hole and betray the clones, and then he pulls out 2 double-wielded lightsabers, and it's the coolest thing ever, and that's a great fight on like a neon planet. Awesome stuff. You can have these things happen, but when they're all stacked up on top of each other, when Saul is murdering a mother trying to protect her kids, even though he doesn't know it at the time, and it definitely doesn't look like that at the time, because she's like also trying to possess Jedi with like evil intentions. And then you have Vernestra, who's like covering everything up with like this political conspiracy, and you have Torben, who just really, really misses home, and I don't know, like, all these things stacked on top of each other, they don't make for interesting characters. They just make for just unlikable. Besides Saul, I wasn't really rooting for anybody. And then when it comes to May and Osha, how fast they switch is insane. Like, there is no build up to it at all. And considering that while they were kids, May was the one like torturing the butterflies like a little sociopath, and was like the strong, kind of almost violent one that definitely started the fire. I don't know what else the flashback was trying to show, but she definitely started the fire in this thing. And even in the flashback, you're like, yeah, she started the fire. But their switch made absolutely no sense. Like, I'm fine with, her bleeding the crystal and turning it red. I like that very heavy-handed symbolism. I'm okay with that. But the switch was so fast, it happened, it felt like it was like stop, 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 stop for like the first 4 or 5 episodes. And then once, the Khmer fight happened, it was like, go, 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 go. Okay, they're switching sides. Now Osha's the evil one, and May's the light one, and now her memory's erased, and she doesn't remember her sister. And now the next season is going to be Vernestra hunting Khmer down. Oh, and Darth Plagueis is here on this planet for some reason. I don't know. The cameo didn't bother me, but it was just like, hey, look at that. Basically, like, all it was. I don't know. I don't know what the point of this show was. It didn't tell an interesting story. I will say, I'll give it the credit, the fight choreography was great. Jeki's fight against Khmer was great. On the forest planet was really, really well done. The Kelnaka fight, and you know what? I'll eat my words, because I said, when he died off screen and they just show his smoking corpse, I was like, you have a Wookiee Jedi. How do you not do anything with him? And they did something with him. So I will eat those words happily, because I got to see a Wookiee Jedi fight with a lightsaber, and that's freaking awesome. Truly awesome. And this final fight between Khmer and Sol was really, really good. Now I know they have to shoot around, Amandla Stenberg being playing 2 roles, but that fight, it was more so that I'm not invested in that story. In the finale, if I'm not invested in this twins storyline, because for 6 episodes you have made May the bad guy, and then in the 7th episode you're like, Osha's the bad guy for reasons. Okay. And that's it. Like, you can have her obviously be mad that Sol lied to her and killed her mother and all these things, but leading up to that, she was already like wearing all black and hooded and like, oh, I'm definitely turning to the dark side, and Khmer is going to be my master / I don't know, lover, because they're holding hands at the end. I don't know. Okay. You know what? Sure. I'm here for it, but you have to earn that. And in one episode, in one time of wearing a Dark Jedi's helmet, she turns into a Sith? All right. I don't know. It felt just so... This show had so much time. This show had 8 episodes. They chose to do a bunch of 25-minute episodes and not give us really any character development, not give us any really world building. And then in the finale, you're like, okay, here's everything you needed to know in one episode, and we're just doing it. And it felt so rushed when it definitely didn't need to be. You guys had the time. You had the space, no pun intended, to do this. So it was a really strange choice all around for this show. And while I feel like this is kind of like the take of a lot of these, at least Disney Star Wars shows. Because I really do love Force Awakens and Last Jedi. But when these shows are good, they're really good. Mando Season 2, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan Kenobi is some of the best Obi-Wan and Darth Vader stuff there is. But and then, the final season of Clone Wars, and I haven't finished Bad Batch yet, but I'm really enjoying it. Like, I didn't think I'd enjoy Bad Batch as much as I am, but I really am. Like, when it's good, it's really good. But when it's bad, it's real bad. And unfortunately, this show, even with its good stuff, I can only give it like a 6 out of 10 or something. And that's really unfortunate, because I do love all the actors involved. I love Star Wars, and I want to give these new stories that I'm not too familiar with a chance. But when you just middle around for 6 episodes, and then just the last 2, you're like, okay, here's everything, and you should be invested in this because you're still watching this, right? And that's not how things work. And, I've been equally hard on The Boys and House of the Dragon. If you guys listen to anything else I do, like, a lot of these shows just seem to be wheel spinning for wheel spinning's sake, and it's very, very strange. I don't know what's going on with, these seasons of television. With all, like, the big 3 right here. I haven't watched The Bear season 3 yet. But it's really unfortunate, because I was really wanting this to be good. I never want to watch 8 episodes of mediocre anything. And if you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. I'm really, really jealous. And I could be misreading all of this. And, maybe I'll watch a great YouTube essay that really changes my mind about this season. And I hope so. I hope I can see this in a different light, because I don't think I'm ever going to rewatch this show. Maybe I'll rewatch, the fights on YouTube or something like that, but I can't imagine myself rewatching all 8 episodes. Maybe I'll watch the finale to see if I see something different, but no promises. But let me know what you guys thought. Did you guys like The Acolyte? Did you finish it? Are you looking forward to the story in season 2? I think it's been announced that season 2 got greenlit, but we'll see. We never know with anything. I was going to say with Disney, but, HBO and Amazon have also, canceled things out of nowhere, so I can't just focus on Disney. But things get canceled all the time. But if there's a season 2, I'll at least watch the premiere. I'll give it that. I will at least watch the premiere because I can't help myself. It's my toxic trait. But I was disappointed by this season, unfortunately. But if you liked it, I'm really, really jealous. And let me know what you thought, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my rambling thoughts. Appreciate it.